Kingsgate native, Tangerine Trees. He ran an excellent race. So he's a very likeable horse. It's going to be a burn-up, this, Peter, because Herat can go forward. Don't think he'll lead here. Hamza is a notable front runner. More of him in a moment. There he is in the foreground. Bear Behind is very speedy, and In Exile is very speedy. So they're going to go hard here. Highly likely led by Hamza. I think Hannigan's highly likely to tuck in aboard Herat. And yes, I get the case for him completely. But lots of people have had better prices than 10 to 11 today. I'm sure there was lots of sort of 11 to 8 or perhaps a bit of 6 to 4 going. It's significant, it indicates that he's very, very well fancied, and I get it completely. But on ratings, it's not quite as straightforward as that market would have you suggest.
But not just the ratings, as you said, about the fact that we don't know who's going to lead. Like the previous race, we didn't know whether those two market leaders on the inside would cut each other's throats. These might decide it and let one of them go on with his guesswork.
It's a good point on the last race. I think we saw in the last race with Lexington Rose trying to force a strong pace here, even if you're the best horse in the race. It can leave you on offer late, and I think that's what happened there. They clocked pretty much getting on for 64 seconds, and it's a stiff test over 5 furlongs here. So early pace is going to be very important. There's at the stalls, I think he went down early In Exile, and Adrian Nichols looks to have dismounted. But in the foreground, let's deal with Hamza, who is a hugely likeable horse. He's very effective over 7 furlongs. He's rapid over 6. And over that trip at Newmarket last time, he ran out a very handsome winner of a hot, high-quality handicap. He just quickened into the dip, sustained his momentum up the hill underneath Neil Callan, and he was bang on top all the way through the final furlong. So he's now rated 108, on the same level as Herat. They both, well, certainly Hamza recorded that level. That's his best performance at Newmarket last time. Herat may have been just a pound or two below his very best at Newmarket, but that was only because he was trying to press some very fast horses. So we've got two fast, likeable, banging form horses on the same mark. One's 10 to 11 and one's 11 to 4.
Was the Hamza result a Newmarket Rolling Mile result a wee bit, in that you can run into that dip and just nick it?
Well, I think that's a theory that's about, and I think perhaps the split times on the day suggested that he got a very, very sensible ride from Callan, who just let him roll into the dip and then let rip, opened up a gap on fast ground on that day, and he won. But he wasn't faltering in any way late. So will he be effective over 5? That's the clue. I think he'll have to be right on the speed, and I think he probably will be effective over 5. I must admit, I was sort of quite looking forward to seeing him entered in something at Epsom this weekend, Hamza. He seems just the type for that place.
Isn't it in your DNA to look at them ratings and see 11 to 4, 10 to 11 and just have to back Hamza?
Well, I haven't, but I know exactly what you mean. I'm going to watch and enjoy. I think Herat might be the one here, but I don't think there's as much between Hamza and Herat as that market suggests. What you do know about Herat is that he's fully effective over 5 furlongs. With Hamza, it's a feeling that he will, and the fact that it's a stiff 5 with an uphill finish ought to help him.
Every time I interviewed Dr. Marwan Kukash last season, be it on the phone for written work or on Racing UK, he kept coming back to this Face the Problem. He's a massive believer in this horse. He's got £3 to find on ratings with the front two, but he's got potential upsides.
I've picked up that vibe from Marwan Kukash about Face the Problem. He might have been named to signify his new problem with Salford City Red Devils, or whatever they're called these days, who got a good win at the weekend, in the Magic Weekend at the Etihad Stadium. As regards Face the Problem here, the plus point is that he's only just behind the big two on ratings, 105. He had a great spell last August and September. His 4th at Chester was far from disgrace, considering he missed the break, and he nearly always does miss a beat at the stalls. That might not be too big of a problem here. What he needs, I think, Peter, is for them to go extremely hard and be faltering in relative terms later on. What happened at York last time, I have no idea. Beaten 17 lengths in the Duke of York Stakes. Yes, he wasn't good enough to win that on form, but he should have fared a lot better. He needs to bounce back. The faster they go, the better he ought to run. Watch for him missing the break slightly. Watch for him being held up. And if he's back on his A game, he should be coming home well.
And on Looking for Love Night, we've got Bear Behind, 9 to 1 from 17 to 2. Normally, it's other horses seeing this horse is Bear Behind, but there's so much pace elsewhere in the race, not necessarily so.
Yeah, exactly. He's only 1 from 17, and that came on a DQ at Musselburgh. 6th at Lingfield, 5th at Longshorn. Solid performances, but he's going to be challenged up front and challenged pretty hard today.
Punters agreeing that 11 to 4 was too big about the second second in. They're getting closer now in the betting, but still clear market leader. 11 to 10 tips on in this very intriguing conditions race. Small field, but not easy to find the winner. Malcolm will call them.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Just waiting for two more. We've got Hamza into stall number 4 to come, and we've got the widest berth of all, In Exile, to come in. Looks like Face of Problems just reversed out of stall number 1 for some reason as well. It appeared to be in, but he's just reversed out again. Not quite sure what the problem is there. Maybe they're just popping a blindfold on him. It's coming forward again now, actually, without the blindfold on. Now, 3 horses went down early here. In Exile went down very, very early and walked at a snail's pace all the way down to the start, taking no chances with that one. The last one's going forward. That's it. They're all in. They're off, racing for the Weatherby's Hamilton Insurance Conditions Stakes, and a good start by Bear Behind in the blue and yellow. Also away well is Hamza in the orange and green, horse in green headgear. Right behind the pace, Burning Thread from Face the Problem, nose banded towards the far side. Here at in blue and white, just behind the pace, followed by Justinio. In Exile towards the near side in the red and white with a black cap, and the back marker as they head up through the first couple is Kyleakin Lass. So inside the final 3, Bear Behind tackled by Hamza. Here at right in behind them with Justinio. In Exile swinging towards the near side, kept going behind those on the far side. Face the Problem with Burning Thread, then Kyleakin Lass. Inside the final 2, they're spread right across the course. Hamza towards the near side. Here at bursting through on the far side, Justinio and Kyleakin Lass kept going behind those. Then Bear Behind. Inside the final furlong they go. Hamza drifting towards its near side. Rail is in front. Here at over on the far side is coming hard. Inside the final half they go. Hamza from Here at, there's a half length between them, and Hamza is going on the score. Here at for second, Justinio next. They were followed by Kyleakin Lass and Bear Behind.
Well, again, they've drifted towards the stand side. Hamza wins it 5 from 6. Here at third was number 7, Justino. So a 5, 6, 7, 8 order of finish for you. But Hamza the winner from Here at, the big 2 to the 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, never too late. And Hamza had a great chance at the weights, looked likely to be effective over 5, and he has been. Here at's run his race, no doubt about that, but he has been subdued, turned away by the excellent, admirable, speedy Hamza, who has forged on late. That stamina did stand him in good stead over this stiff 5. Good performance in third place from number 7, Justinio. Pick him up at the stalls. Anything notable here? In Exile, right of picture. Here at perhaps gets slightly squeezed between Face the Problem and another rival there. Is it Justinio? Either way, he was slightly squeezed. Yeah, it was Kyleakin Lass. He's soon on the case. The centre field here is not a problem. We saw our Hillary Needley winner come pretty much hard at the centre. Predictably, it was Hamza, it was Bear Behind. Burning Thread presses them. Face the Problem was out of the stalls a bit quicker than often, but he's off the bridle early on, out towards the centre of the track. In Exile with that big penalty. He was always likely to struggle, and he did. Left a picture.